For those of you that might not have heard over the past few days, Steam is going to be releasing a new console called the Steam Machine, and with that comes a little bit of questioning. One being, how much is this going to cost? Secondly, who is the target audience for this console? All right, so let's just get right into it here. So to start with, we're going to talk about the specs as far as the price point of what we and the others all expect here on the interwebs. So with what is going to be in this thing, it seems to be as if it's going to be about $1,100 to $1,200 if you were to actually take all of these specs and bundle it into some sort of a self-made PC build. And outside of that, one thing that I personally noted with this was I did not like the idea of having a 516 gigabyte model. At this point, that is basically nothing. That might not even be an update on something that is more graphically intense, or even just to install a game, period. So I personally think that a 2 terabyte model at this point should just be like the gold standard. And I'm sure that there will be people out there that would like to argue and say that, that'll just inflate the price. But at this point, what else are you supposed to do? Because again, 516 gigs isn't anything. So looking at the aspects of how much this would potentially cost if you were to build it on its own, again, the question begs, who is the target audience for this console / PC, whatever you would like to call it? So in my opinion, it's going to be more so targeted towards, I would call them at this point, middle-aged gamers, or possibly entry-level PC gamers, or people that are wanting to try to dabble into PC gaming, and this would kind of be like a bridge going into that format. So because of being able to put Windows on this machine, it kind of opens up different avenues and gives it a little more dimension than, say, a PlayStation or a Nintendo Switch or even the Xbox. Because being able to do that, you can potentially play certain PC games, and also it gives players an opportunity to use that same machine to do stuff that I do in retro achievement hunting. Now, I'm not trying to suggest that you need to buy this strictly for retro achievement hunting, because believe me, there are way cheaper avenues to go with that. I am just throwing out there the pros as to what can you do in addition to just playing what you can on your Steam library or Steam titles, etc. So it's just kind of giving you more added value for what the potential price tag is going to be. And I'm just trying to play devil's advocate to be like, okay, if this thing is going to be like $800+, what is it going to be that I'm going to get from putting this much investment into this machine? So the reason why I think it's more so targeted towards like what I would consider middle-aged gamers, like 30 years and plus, is because a lot of us are very busy. We don't have a whole lot of time to sit down and really try to physically build a brand new PC, which is also why I think you've been seeing a rise in more pre-built companies or pre-built sites coming along, because people have the expendable cash, but they just don't have the time to put stuff together. So having something like this would make it, I guess, a little more affordable, if you want to consider how much it's possibly going to be as affordable, but with also, you're kind of paying for that convenience charge, if you will, of having something that is pre-built. You open it up, plug it in, and there you go. So the other people I think that they could potentially be targeting with this would be content creators. And my reason for that is, again, going back to versatility. You could use this thing potentially as your broadcaster, so that way, if you do use a PC for right now for your broadcasting while also gaming, like I do on my current setup, I have one PC that does everything. You could get something like this and potentially use it for the broadcasting side of things, and then just keep your PC doing what you want to do and just do the gaming side of things. Now, depending on the quality at which you're broadcasting, it may or may not be able to handle whatever the resolution is that you're trying to pump out. Again, I'm just trying to kind of play the devil's advocate here and kind of go with what are the pros and cons, and that would be a pro, that it would allow you to have that flexibility. Or what you could do is just continue to use your PC for your high quality broadcasting while also using the Steam machine as your gaming avenue, and then just using a capture card to capture what is on the Steam machine. And another avenue for versatility with this is, depending on how well it handles editing software, it does allow you an opportunity to maybe edit stuff with this versus always having to go up and to do things on your PC. It gives you the flexibility to say, put it up and hook it up to your TV, and then you could edit it that way instead of always just having to go to where your PC is at. So aesthetically, it looks pretty basic. It's literally just a cube, but, and kind of on the back here, just, it literally looks like just the back of your PSU. Kind of, that's what you kind of would look at it, right? Like, it just looks like just a PSU with ports on it. But it's sleek, and it looks like it's not going to take up a whole lot of space, and it looks like it would kind of go with, as an adult, going back to targeting middle-aged people, it'll flow with whatever decor you have, and people might not look at it like, what the hell is that thing? Because one could argue, like, people have the Alexas and stuff in their house, so somebody could say, oh, it's just, it's this thing, and, I can play games on it, whatever. So going to the controller, so I was looking at this, and I thought it was pretty cool that they put touch pads kind of beneath where the sticks are. The only thing that I kind of looked at was a concern. I'm not saying it's going to be a make or break thing, because I'm not going to know until I test it out, is just the position of the sticks. Is that going to be ergonomically friendly for people's thumbs to be reaching up like that? Or is it going to be fine and it just kind of looks like it's a lot longer than what it looks, I guess? I don't know. I'm just kind of like looking at it, kind of feeling like I'd have to be reaching for it, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's not going to be that big of a deal, and it, won't really bother players. And then the other thing I was kind of looking at was, I did like the D-pad, how it looks. And I was kind of curious, because one thing that I personally like because of streaming is I want soft buttons. I know not everybody's into soft buttons. Some people like clicky, loud buttons. But me trying to stream, I need soft, quieter buttons, because I'm not trying to annoy those that are watching me. And while I'm talking, all they're hearing is just the whole time that I'm playing. So I'm not suggesting that these are soft buttons, but I'm just curious to see what they are, because my current D-pad with the Xbox controller, it just clicks all the way around. So just again, just kind of scrolling through here, the aesthetics, it's not really groundbreaking on how it looks. Everything's kind of got a similar shape at this point, and they do got some paddles there on the back. So you got L and R4 and L and R5, so it'll give you a little bit more flexibility, and hopefully those ones are actually usable for RetroArch for certain hotkeys, because I know currently with my 8BitDo controller, those ones I thought were going to be compatible. They are basically useless and not compatible with RetroArch. So hopefully these ones will be more compatible with it and being able to actually use those for hotkeys. So it is set to drop sometime in early 2026 from what I'm gathering, and I'm not sure if I'm going to get it. I don't know. There's other things that I'm trying to acquire, and something like this, it probably wouldn't be something I get right away. This would be another thing where I'd kind of sit, see what people say, and then kind of make an evaluation before dumping that kind of money into something like this. But I just wanted to bring this up because I know some people, such as myself, like at this point in my life, I'm a casual gamer, and I just kind of look into things to try to keep myself up to date. And I just wanted to share this with maybe some of my fellow casual gamers out there that maybe don't have a whole lot of time to look into things, to try to bounce off of you guys and see what your thoughts and ideas were about this. And if it's something that maybe you would be inclined to get, or if this is something you're going, no, this is going to be pricing me out. This isn't something that I have any interest in. But let me know what your guys' thoughts are about this in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video.